Oh, hey, how y'all doing? It's me, Zacarias. I'm gonna have to do a video about this. Is it Vijay? He's I was barely. I saw. I didn't. It really tricked me out because he is an East Indian, a dark East Indian. And he a little darker than me, and camera. He cut all his hair to pass as a black dude. Well, African American descent. And he has one picture of him showing him, well, is it East Indian medical school. His name Jojo. He said to a medical school, and he didn't finish medical school, so I don't know why he complaining. And he's saying because of Affirmative Action, this happened back in the 90s. Here it is 2015. I was a teenager back in the 90s. And so, but Jay, what he don't understand is that I don't understand what you mean if you want to bash affirmative action when East Indians are Asians and they're also included in affirmative action. White women and all women of color, mixed and monoracial, non-white, okay, and also men of color, no matter they monoracial, mixed, whatever, okay, that's not white, are classified as eligibility to be in affirmative action. Okay, so I don't understand your thing. One thing that I don't understand, because I never, when I try to go to school, I was trying to look for the arts, because I'm trying to get into the Academy of Arts School in New York, in Los Angeles, but it had to audition, and I know what kind of audition was, and it was trying to get the money to pay for it, couldn't find it till I got with the Job Corps. And race would never, because my schools were done with the scholars since middle and high was on Hispanic schools. Then in the first college I went to, El Paso Community College, after going to Job Corps, which was mostly Latino, was a mostly Latino school, because in El Paso, Texas. Okay, and I checked other, because I'm a three-race person, mixed with African American, European, which is Caucasian, and the American. Yeah, I look more African American, but not pure. You know that, okay? Different shade, okay? So I checked other. Then when I went to Houston Community College, I checked 3 boxes: black, white, and American. I'm so politically correct. They use American Indian, but you know that means they American. Then when I went to the Media Tech, because they didn't give us a choice of, I forgot that mixed race people exist. I checked other, because I'm not going to deny my mixed background, and I kind of felt that I was, even though I didn't do too good in Media Tech, I'll go ahead and admit that some of the white and maybe some of the black identified ones who worked there, singling me out, you know what I'm saying, I was treated differently. So, and I was open about my multiracial rules, especially when someone made some racial stuff about any race, and even when people are, I would get upset about it and mention about the racial background. But, and it's supposed to be a liberal school. Ain't all that liberal to expertise. It still got a little Texan redneck ideology in that school. Even though they do let people of color use their stuff and go to school there and graduate there, the mentality is not up to they don't not even educate about multiracial people and people in African descent who's multiracial. They're not even educated that, okay? But so I go to school online and I check black, white, Native American. Okay, now I noticed that, and I will say I'm not knocking affirmative action down, but I know one time when I did check black, when it did not give you an option and there was no other option, there was jobs open to me, okay? But when I did check 2 races or more, because I don't believe in denying my roots, but 2 races or more, other left it blank, sometimes they would disregard me for a job. And I'm not denying my roots for nobody. I mean, you can give me $1 million, I'm not gonna deny, I'll go ahead and say I don't even cuss on here. There's no way in a rat's ass I'm gonna deny my multiracial rules and go on white man's one drop ideology and blood quantum ideology, because I don't believe in that. I mean, if you're for the multiracial movement, you're supposed to dismiss blood quantum ideology and one drop rule ideology and the father's rule race over the mother race, all the other hyper decent ideologies. Okay, so But I noticed that when I know the people who do check, I know who are multiracial descent like myself, whether they come from a first generation, well, if they came to multi-generational mix, like I do, multi-generational mix, not first generational, both our parents are mixed with black and white and Native American descent. And so if they do check black, they do get jobs. And when I refuse to deny my multiracial roots, especially in this redneck Texas state, I was out on the job for a long time. But I see the politics, and I don't blame Affirmative Action. I blame the white racist people and the black identified folks who go along with one drop rule, who get a resentment towards me, like they own me because we have we share African roots. They own me or something, when no one don't own me but me. You know, the only person who you can knock down that doesn't own me, that does own me, that you don't see, and I'm not the perfect person in the world, it's a man above God Almighty, okay? But he give us a free will. The only person that owns me is me. Spiritually him, but in human sense, me. So, that's the whole reason why I want to let you know that. But yeah, I do feel that he's a attention whore. Talking about Vijay, this East Indian guy. Why did he wait till his sister got famous to make a book about this? And his sister disowned his, you know what I'm saying? And but I noticed anybody who's multi-generational mix or first generational mix, no matter what your race is, you can be black, white nation, okay, white and Hispanic or something. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever felt discriminated when y'all check two races or more box? Have you ever felt discriminated or you check the two or three races or maybe four races that you have in your background and got discriminated? Because I noticed that they want us to choose one or the other. They want us to deny our mixed background and favor the race they socially feel that we should identify. And I noticed that even, you know, I mean, I'm serious, because I mean, people will say that black people, I always hear this stupid comment that Mexicans and other Latinos are taking people of African American roots jobs away, which is, I find it very, I mean, the only way you can say about discrimination is, I noticed some white people and maybe some Hispanic people who are portia-minded, and some Sakata Aunt Mamas of African descent, and Sakata Uncle Tom Ruckers, we won't call them, would discriminate and choose Hispanic. I seen with, can't only just only with white persons. Remember, I seen with people. One of my supervisors I had a long time ago was darker than me, and she showed more favor towards the Hispanic people than her African descent. I want to tell behind, see, don't lie to you behind. Don't try to do that mess with me. But anyway, but my point is, I tell people that I don't want no low wage jobs. I don't want no little, you know, slave wage, immigrant type of jobs. I'm sorry, and I'm trying to be uppity, but I do want to move on up like the Jeffersons. I don't want to be living low and ghetto and all that stuff. I want to live like that. That's my future. I don't want to live like that. So, but I noticed that people who do black identify themselves, who do have multiracial roots, where they're dark skin or light skin, where their hair kinky, straight, kinky, curly, whatever, wavy or whatever, maybe bald head, dreads, even with a natural curl, natural kinky hair, whatever, they get a job when they black identified. Now I see, and I think the Affirmative Action rules, I heard Affirmative Action ended, but I'm not sure about that. But these are men and women, you know what I'm saying? And they work along with Mexicans and other Latinos work at. So I don't see how the way they getting a job, because I'm not getting the job, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm in entrepreneurship, because I feel like, you know, if, you know, whatever the stupid rule is, and like I say, like when they're into, I know when, because these people, monoracial identified people, not all, okay, but there's some who are monoracial identified who have biases towards people who are multi-generational mix, who refuse to identify themselves as monoracial because it's not their multiracial, it's not their entire background, okay? Yeah, they might look more black or more white or more whatever, but then we're not going to change our identity for you because you don't feel uncomfortable by our multiracial roots being acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? If you want to find, like I always tell people, you want to find a pure full-blown African, go to Africa. Go find an African that just came to the United States and be their friend. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to maybe be your monoracial friend when I'm not monoracial at all. My parents ain't monoracial. My grandparents ain't monoracial. You know what I'm saying? Monoracial means pure race, y'all. If you don't know what I'm saying, mono means one. Okay, so, but I do feel at least discrimination because I can't say that, well, the Latino take it because I don't believe that theory. You know, I'm friends with a lot of Latino people, but I cannot sit there and say, oh, Mexican take my job. No, I feel that people who identify themselves as monoracial, whether you consider themselves black, white, Hispanic, even that's in ethnicity, Asian, American, they get more. If they say one, they don't choose two or more, two races or more. They get jobs, even if they do have a non-black parent, you know, or whatever. They get passed if you don't say you're more. If you deny being multiracial at all, including it's a pure race. I see that a lot here in Texas, of course. I mean, so. And like I say, and I always tell people who believe that one drop trash, they still live in the past because that rule has been. Let me educate y'all again. That rule has been considered unconstitutional since 1967, since they had the Loving versus Virginia case and wanted to let all interracial couples to get married. Okay, and in the census allow people of multiracial background to check the races in our roots, in our geology, okay? So, and like I say, I checked in 2000, I checked 3 races, and then when I came in my apartment, I didn't do the 2010, but they gave me a census when I moved to my apartment, and in 2012 they gave me a census, and I did check black, white, and Native American. They asked for ancestry, hair, put Creole, and multiracial. With Native American tribes, one of the tribes that's in my background is Choctaw on my dad's side. Even though I got the Indian side on my mother's side, they're not sure what tribe, but they know like my great-grandfather on my mother's side, who's still living and 95 years old, knew his grandmother, okay? And he also knew his grandfather on the dad's side, like white man was French Creole, okay? 3/4 of white quadroon, I guess you say. So, that's the point is, I'm not with that blacking and down movement. I wish y'all stop posing. One thing, if you want to find people to be in your movement, you look for people who are interested in your movement, not those who are not. You can't recruit people who are not interested. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a employer for a job, I'm not gonna hire nobody who's not interested in working for the company, who don't care for the company. I gotta look for those who really want to be in the movement. That's what you should be looking for if you're looking for a black and down or whatever movie you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, recruit. You don't recruit folks who don't want no part of it. You don't force people to be part of something they don't want to be in of. So I want y'all to get in your head. I'm not with that black and down nationalist movement or white. I'm not, you know, I don't look white still, but some people, I don't buy into that white nationalist or black nationalist type mess. But point is, I'm with the multiracial movement. So if you look it up, go Google multiracial movement and see what it's about. Okay, but going back to this situation, I'm using my experience as an example for this Vijay silly person who happens to be East Indian, not American Indian. You know, Native American. He's East Indian from India, the true Indian. Okay, but point is that it don't make no sense to make a stupid book after your sister got famous and then try to say you cut all your hair off because they don't want to see no straight hair coming here. Well, you know there's some of our people with some straight hair. Okay, I know that's a perm, but my great grandfather, who was darker than me on my daddy's side, my paternal grandmother's father was dark skinned, nose was a little wide but not too wide, thin lips, and my grandmother had them all thin lips because my great grandfather's grandmother on his dad's side like a white woman who was English and black, excuse me. And so, her husband his grandfather was Choctaw Native American. But anyway, point is, he and my great grandfather had straight hair. Okay, he didn't have no kinky hair. He was dark skinned, like, you know, dark chocolate skin, like, you know, like a Michael Jordan type of color, Morris Chestnut color, okay, with straight hair. No perm, no hot comb, they had flat on it, but still, they had none of that in his head. Okay? Alright? But point is, I just want to say, you could have wore. He could have this Vijay JoJo guy should have wore it straight. And I'm not trying to stereotype, but you might have some sisters trying to, well, their hair, call it good hair when all hair textures is good, no matter what type of texture it is. But point, he cut his hair, look more black, and this is the second East India guy I have done that. Because I worked last year, I worked at an event in the NRG building, which is now, it used to be Orion building, and it was an event situation. It was one of my jobs, temporary jobs. I worked there, and one of the guys I was working, I thought this man was a brother. He was speaking Spanish. I said, "Oh, you Afro-Latino?" He said, "No." He said, "I'm not black." I was like, "Huh?" "I'm East Indian." And when he told me his name, I was like, okay, he had a bald cut. I'm not lying. This East Indian was about my shade, okay? About my shade. And he had a bald cut. And maybe a little tiny bit darker than me, but brown skin, not dark like this Vijay guy is, but he, you know what I'm saying, brown skin, a solid brown, shall I say. You get a brown crayon, milk chocolate color, okay? Bald head. And I ain't see no straight hair, nothing. This man looked like he was a brother. A brown skinned brother. And I said, "Why you not black?" I said, you must be part Afro-Latino. So he said, "No, I'm not that." He took Spanish, because we were speaking to a Mexican guy from the event, because we had the event of all different companies all different around the world. You met people from Venezuela and stuff, and from Nigeria and stuff, and from Paris, France and stuff. Anyway, but when he spoke, we were speaking Spanish to the Mexican guy, who is from Mexico, and when I asked him, I said, "Wait, don't he ask like, well, you're Latino or something?" And he said, "No." And then when he told us he wasn't black, we both from people of African descent, we all like, "What?" And then he told he was East Indian. I said, "Dang, you had us fooled." I said, we say East Indian, you Indian, are you Native American, like part of me, you know what I'm saying? Or just East Indian, He said, "No, I'm not Native American, I'm East Indian." I said, "Oh, okay, I'm Indian," you know what I'm saying? I said, "Whoa." And I have seen Indians, I'm talking about from India, dark, like chocolate dark brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious, with that straight hair. And I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? So, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? So, this Vijay guy sure had me fooled, because when I saw, because at first, I thought when I saw his picture, the post on Facebook, I thought the man had a brother on the side and him on the other side, talking about he was denied as an East Indian and JoJo was black, was accepted to medical school. But no, it was the same person. And it had me fooled. And it's the same time I said East Indian guy. You know what I'm saying? East Indian, because I don't want, because since Columbus called our Native American ancestors Indian, because he thought he was an Indian trying to come over here, that's when the word Indian has got, even in Latin America, you go to, you say Indio, they're not talking about from India, they're talking about Native American indigenous person. So, but that's why I'm using the word East Indian. Even when I went on the trip to Selma, and I thought this man was Hispanic, but when he said he was brown, and East Indian do call themselves brown, besides Latinos do, okay? So, when this guy told me, I said, he's Indian. I said, I thought you East Indian. He said, no, don't call me East Indian. Say South Asian or something. I said, no, and I had to explain. I said, all this time I thought you was Latino on this trip. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was Latino. And my other Latino friend, this Mexican, the American guy, he said, you thought? I said, yeah, I thought he was Latino. When I said that one of the guys from Job Corps that he remind me of and act like he had them glasses and looked like he was a Mexican guy that I went to school with, in the Job Corps with, you kind of resemble this guy. So East Indian guy, you kind of resemble him. And so, he wasn't dark. He wasn't no dark East Indian. He wasn't no brown East, brown. He was olive skinned East Indian. You know what I'm saying? The other guy. And you know what I'm saying? Like, once again, I'm saying East Indian because people, when you say Indian, in the United States or in the Americas, people are thinking you're talking about the Native American people. You're not thinking about the East, India and Asia. So, when I had to explain that, I said, well, besides black, I'm also mixed with Native American, and people call my people who are Native American Indians. So when you, for example, you hear us saying we're part Indian, we're not talking about India and India, okay? We're talking about American Indians. So that's why I say East Indian. I had to let this East Indian man know, is because we don't want to confuse the two. You get what I'm saying? And like I told Mr. Columbus is the one that messed everything up. He did. I mean, Columbus messed everything up. I mean, he claimed he discovered here. He didn't discover a doggone thing. It was already people here already. It was our East Indian. I mean, it says East Indian. It was our Native American people here, okay? Our indigenous people here. You know what I'm saying? So, and I tell people, Africans, stop using that one drop mess and claim your Native American roots, because this is your land. Stop claiming your land. Claim your roots. Stop letting the black nationalist people who are not pure black themselves trick you and try to tell you to claim the black side on 100%. I'm not saying deny the black side, but it's partial to your background. You got to claim both, or in the other roots in your family tree. I'm not going to deny my Native American or my African or my European background into my background, because it's gonna be a lie. You know, I'd be lying like this man here claiming that he was black. And you know, speaking of this, when I watched this on Love It Chat, one thing I like to hear a commentary of the story with me just reading it online. When I heard about this man, this Vijay guy, cutting his hair and making himself look like a brown skinned brother, okay? It reminded me of Soul Man. Remember Ray Don Chong? Well, you know, Ray Don Chong is part black and white and Asian. She's Cheech and Chong, the Chong from Cheech. That's his daughter. Okay, she played, you know, the Whoopi Goldberg and what's the Danny Glover and Oprah. I'm trying to say Oprah. Remember there was Harpo's girlfriend. Remember she stabbed Sophia Oprah Winfrey. She knocked her down. Okay, and at the Sugar Avis said, "Sister," I love that song, but I love Color Purple. But anyway, Ray Don Chong's, you know, played the white guy's girlfriend. You know, he was trying to be black. You know what I'm saying? He got some tanning pills. And it curled his hair, got a perm. Oh, did he get a curly perm? Yeah, it curly perm. And he like, you know what I'm saying, he still, I mean, he like a light skinned brother, you know, with brown skin tone. I don't use light skin, it's pale skin. For us, anybody dark brown, and light and dark brown, light skin, and I grew up when I was in the 80s like that, so I'm old school on that part. But anyway, I'm not with this black and brown situation. But anyway, the white guy that put the tanning pills in his body to make him look darker, he still looked light skin. You know, you could pass for with that curly hair, you could pass for a brownish skin mulatto. You know what I'm saying? But remember he set the for the. It was so funny because he actually checked white, and the white woman, when we saw the application, she scratched and put blood. She put some little paper on. Remember? I like the Soul Man. It was fun. Soul Man. So Soul Man. So this Vijay guy talking about he got something, he claimed to be black and cut his hair, and you know, lucky he darkened his brown skin. But anyway, he went as a brown skinned brother and named JoJo. I mean, what? I mean, we don't name our kids. That's the nickname, JoJo. Can y'all get that? You could have put Tyrone, even though that's an Irish name, though. But still, there's more common in the African American community using the word Tyrone. The name Tyrone. Okay, so, I mean, still, he could have used a real name. You know what I'm saying? Don't try, I mean, come on now. Don't be stereotypical JoJo. Even a white girl singing named JoJo from Black Ground Records. I mean, come on now. So, point is, about this this story is so funny because it reminds me of Soul Man, the 80s movie. And, but it was stupid because he was trying to prove that affirmative action did not work for him. But affirmative action would have helped him anyway because he's still a minority. I can see a white man like the Soul Band movie, you know, maybe passing and saying, well, I got black, and because, I mean, sure, anybody can, in this one drop mess, can claim to be, even though it's not law no more, can claim to be black, okay, because, I mean, you know, back in the day, in Jim Crow days, and slavery days, you know, they had mulattoes who looked white, you know what I'm saying, who just blonde and blue-eyed everything, you know what I'm saying, not all of them, but, you know, you had those who can pass for Caucasian. That's why they heard of passing for white, light, bright, damn near white. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. So anybody, I mean, it was a politician here in Texas that said he was a black guy and he got a black folks campaigning for him. And like I told people, anybody can pass for black in this country. It's so funny. With this one drop mess, all they gotta say, they had a black grandmother and they say they consider themselves black and they not what their white side. It's slave rape, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Slave master rape, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it be the conscious and be Afrocentric, and I mean, it's funny, you know what I'm saying? And the African people, I know, get offended when they see the different shades of us, because they know they was not on the ship and it was not true meaning of Africa. Okay? So, I mean, you got people who look like white folks who do them serious, even in our community, even here down the south of Houston, people who look like white people, whether Creole or not, check black, because they was raised by the one drop rule, and their family who looked at white check black. And so, I'm saying, it's funny. Anybody can pass for black, but you can't pass for white. One thing, I was telling people that, there's many white people who do have mixed background, who are not pure white, but their white race made sure them folks look Caucasian. Okay, and anybody who didn't, they left them somewhere down, they left the family in some other state or country or whatever. Okay, they made sure their race looked Caucasian. Okay, they're not gonna put somebody that look like me and put just pure white. Okay, or somebody that look like Western Stripes who pure white, or even somebody like Mariah Carey. How y'all like Mariah Carey? Though she looks so ethnic, make her pure white. Maybe in Latin America she can pass for pure white, but in America, white Anglo-Saxon folks make sure they people looked white, even if they do have an Indian, there we go with the Indian, Native American or African or Hispanic or Asian background. They made sure that people looked white. You know what I'm saying? Us, we have different shades of us, different hair textures and skin tones and facial features. It's like a variety of us, and that's not the what Africa is, but it's a black experience. But not everybody have the same experience if they consider those who don't identify as black. Y'all get that? Because everybody's experience is of course we all get discriminated against. Okay? But any person that know this, any intelligent person though, people on the individual aspect of life have different experience from another person, even if they have the same background or similar. Okay? So I just want to get that, now I can make a big video of this, but this Vijay guy just is funny. I mean, completely, he is loco, to cut out his hair, pair as his brown skinned brother, okay, and say he black. How did they know someone named JoJo? You have to get a birth, you can get a ID that say JoJo on it, a fake ID or something. And go to medical school, and then he lost it. And one thing people were saying that this was wrong because he took someone else's opportunity who could have went to the medical school, and because he failed, and his grades was shitty already because of him, it was messed up already, and they don't leave him going to medical school. You know what I'm saying? So why you complain about going to medical school as you got instead of being black? I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, if I was to apply to go to medical school, I don't think my grades not that good either. You know what I'm saying? My grades on one class I messed up in my online class, and that was ethics and moral, and I didn't do too good in that class. But all the other classes I did good. You know what I'm saying? So, this man is crazy. And make a attention whore thing. You know what I'm saying? He trying to be famous like his sister. I don't know, man. What's y'all comments about this? I don't want no trolls. If I find out you're troll, I'm going to block y'all. I'm going to send y'all a warning, okay? And I'll report you for trolling and harassing. But what do y'all think about this story? About this East Indian, brown skin, East Indian, dark East Indian, brown. To us, if he was black, he would be that dog. But, but the East Indian never considered dog. But still, he passed the brown skinned brother. You know what I'm saying? Bald head and everything. His hair. Name JoJo to get into medical school, and then he didn't qualify. I mean, he didn't do well in medical school. He went to business school, so I don't understand why he complaining about affirmative action. I can see a white man, it said, well, I look white, I got black in the family, so one and be at one droppers, you know what I'm saying, and say, yeah, I got a black grandma back in the day, and my family passed for white, you know what I'm saying, so, and put black, so they had the same picture. Well, this guy identifies white, guy did something for middle school, and then the other one didn't get something for what's it called. Anyway, my time about, you gotta get my point, you gotta get my drift. Okay, I'll have next time.